Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So if that isn't a move, I don't know. It's looking good at the moment for Ethereum. Pretty much as expected in this green area, we are seeing the reversal. Bear in mind, I told you about this area already up here. We then eventually came into it. We seem to be reversing now. We have at least a few good signs here that show us that there is a good chance to start the wave 3 rally now. First of all, we have left the impulsive channel or corrective channel to the downside. So we've left it to the upside. We broke out. Exactly here, I posted a signal on the gold member signals group that Ethereum is trying to break out. It did that. And we've seen quite a bit of a jump. Yeah. And the little problem that we have now is that Bitcoin has not broken out yet. Okay. So the question is Ethereum rallying here ahead again? And is it leading the way again as it has done all the way throughout this impulsive wave, or is it just a fake out? We're gonna take a look at that in a minute. But before we do that, let's take a look at this larger impulse, which is currently evolving here and emerging here. So from the low, yeah, we can currently assume that the low for Ethereum is in. This remains valid as long as we stay above $1,000. This wave 2 low. This is sort of the main low that protects currently the bullish scenario, $1,000. However, in the short term, we should not drop below $1,360, this wave low. Okay, but from the low, so we counted an impulse up, we counted a correction down, so basically a 1 and a 2. We then completed the wave 3 to the upside here. Here I told you about this green area here. We came down in a 4 and we moved up in a 5. Now there are views. I know other analysts talk about this wave 5 here is probably finished now. I don't see it that way. It could be because we have fulfilled all the requirements and we could say, all right, wave 5 is actually finished here. We're now entering a very large correction down, in which basically this entire move will be corrected. Yeah, so that we have all of this impulse will be corrected. That is what always happens as soon as you have a 5-wave move complete. The question is this 5-wave move really complete, or isn't only the first wave of the 5th wave complete? Yeah, and that is the answer that is now difficult to answer. Personally, I don't think that we have finished the wave 5 yet. That is purely based on the fact that this wave 5, if it was the completion, would be very short. Yeah, it's a bit too short for the extensions that we would like to see. Okay, therefore my primary expectation, so I still consider that as a possible option, but it's not my primary expectation. My primary expectation is that this was only the completion of the first wave of the 5th wave, that we're now coming down in the wave 2 of the wave 5. Now that might be complete now with this small rally that we saw. We could then now push up in a wave 3 of the wave 5, and I'll give you 2 targets for that. I think I mentioned it before anyway. We can, but just to refresh, what would be the targets should this not be a fake out, and should we really already start now this wave 3 of the wave 5? Then we're looking at the first target at 1965. That's the 1-to-1 ratio. And the next one is the 1.618 extension, which is now at 2,220. That moved from the last few videos because the wave 2 came. It always, you can't really calculate a wave 3 target until you know where the wave 2 ended. And even now it's a speculation if wave 2 ended. Yes, we've broken out of the channel and we've seen a bit of volume so that, all the signals are there. Okay, but still, you're never sure, are you? So as long as we now stay above this swing low at 1560, that's sort of the very short term one. Yeah, as long as we stay above that, we can assume that this move down was finished and we're moving higher. Now, remember earlier today I gave you this sort of structure here in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I told you we'll probably come down once more in a 5, which we did. And now we can see very nicely that we've done here probably a 1 and a 2, a 3. We might now do a 4 and then come up in a 5. So basically a small impulse on a lower time frame. Yeah, so we're working on that at the moment. It's not yet a 5-wave structure that's coming up here, so theoretically it could still be a bit of a fake out here. But overall, you know, we can be a bit optimistic given that we moved out of this channel, we retested it, and we are moving up with volume. Okay, so there's at least, we should at least take a look at this and consider that wave 2 is now finished. Next stop for the bulls would be here the, let me just go back to the 1 hour chart. We see it better on the 1 hour chart. Next stop for the bulls, would be the $1,700 level. Yeah, that needs to be broken. Then the wave X high here at 1753, and then the high of the wave 1 at 1785, and then we can move to those targets that are mentioned. Another even more bullish scenario would be that we've seen here a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, and that this in fact was not a wave 3, but it was only another wave 1, and we came down in a wave 2. So I mentioned it in a previous video. That means we are now in a wave 3, and I don't really want to go into detail here. It would just confuse people, but it would be even more bullish, so that's possible as well. And the most bearish option would actually be at the moment, not the most bearish, but the least bullish one would be that we've completed wave 5. In that scenario, we would probably drop below 1360. So if we do that, that would be primary expectation, and we could come down once more to 1280. So someone asked me in the video comments, my wave count would suggest we will never come down to 1280 again. Does that mean go all in? So two things to talk about that. First of all, I would never go all in anyway, especially not if we are towards the end of an uptrend here, because, you know, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4 already done. We're now in the wave 5. Yes, that can go higher, but it's still sort of bit risky, sort of towards the end of this entire impulse. And then every 5 wave move, so if we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of that will be at the end corrected again. We will come down in a larger ABC, and that would then be, for anybody who's waiting and who has not yet entered the market, be another opportunity to get in. While I talk, we are already coming down, and that might be because, you know, what I mentioned about Bitcoin has not broken out yet. So let's just quickly take a look at Bitcoin. That's, by the way, the Nasdaq has also reached my wave 3 target. If you want to see my Nasdaq analysis and S&P 500 analysis and so on, take a look at my second channel, More Trading Online. Here with Bitcoin, as you can see, we are still in the channel. Therefore, we need to be a bit careful at the moment. Still in the channel. So that is what increases the chances of a fake out. But to be fair, we've moved away quite significantly from that level. And unless Bitcoin now crashes down, we should be okay, in my view. Yeah? And we have a realistic chance that the low was already in here, and that we now continue in our move to the upside. So it's interesting, definitely worth watching. And that's my current update about Ethereum. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.